Hello, I'm Dr. Michael McLean.
And I'm Dr. Tara McLean.
And in this short video, I want to share with you 5 tips that you can utilize to overcome inflammation and pain naturally. You know, pain's a really big deal if you're dealing with it. It affects every part of your life, and it affects your loved ones, which is a really big deal as well. And wrap your head around some of these statistics, and this has really scared me. I learned these recently, but the number one reason that people take opioid drugs is because of physical pain. 1 out of 3 adults right now, 1 out of 3 adults in the United States is on an opioid drug. That just stuns me. And 115 people die every single day as a result of taking these opioid drugs.
115. I mean, that's equivalent to an airline crash, and yet we're not hearing about that in the media. If that many people died in an airline crash, you'd hear about it for days or weeks. Now, this is significant not just for you or I, but as a mom, that concerns me because my kids, a big majority of their day are spent with other people. They're spent with their teachers, with bus drivers, on the road with me, taking them to and from places. And if somebody's on opioids, they're not going to make the same decisions that they would normally make. Their decision making is skewed by the drug. So that car coming towards me, or the teacher that is making a decision in class, or the bus driver who's making a fast decision, that scares me, and I want a safe environment for my children. So we have 5 things that you can do that are natural. We've seen them work for countless people in our practice, and we want to share them with you today. And so I'm going to hand this over to my husband now to talk to you about these. Really pay attention and take note because we've seen them work. We know they work, and I know they can help you too.
Yeah, and even if you've tried things in the past that didn't work for you, you can forget those things. Focus on these things I'm going to share with you right now because they absolutely work. So number 1 of the 5 things we'll talk about, and there's going to be an overriding theme through all these, which is that your body is self-healing and it's self-regulating. If you cut yourself, it heals. You don't have to think about it. You're breathing right now. Your heart is beating. You don't have to think about that. It's automatic. So we want to tap into that body's ability to heal. So inflammation is a natural healing process, but we don't want to have it higher than it needs to be. So if you're on a plane and you've got a headwind, that's going to slow the plane down. It's going to take you longer to arrive at your destination. So just like with our body, we don't want to have extra things that are going to drive that inflammation up. So the number 1 thing that you can do of the 5 things is to reduce, or at least cut out, your sugars and your refined carbohydrates and refined grains. So these are things like processed foods, sugars, anything that contains corn, high fructose corn syrup, and even healthy things, or at least considered healthy, things like whole grains and oats. And there are some benefits to those things, but they do drive up inflammation. So I would at least cut those out temporarily. And when you bring that inflammation down, if you choose to, you can bring some of those things in back later. But that's going to increase your body's ability to heal. So that's number 1. So the second thing that you want to do to bring inflammation down is sleep. As simple as that sounds, but when you're in pain, it's more difficult to sleep. A couple of years ago, I broke my hip and I really had difficulty sleeping in the beginning. Now, there's a hormone called cortisol. When we're stressed, cortisol goes up. Now, there's another hormone called human growth hormone, or HGH. And that hormone goes up when we get good, deep, long sleep. Now, these are opposing hormones. One goes up, the other one goes down. If you think of a teeter-totter. So when we're getting bad sleep, that drives the cortisol up and creates more stress on the body, more inflammation, and it's harder for our body to heal. So if we get good deep sleep in, that's going to help drive that cortisol down. So 2 simple things that you can do is cut out your screen time, your TV, your cell phone, at least 2 hours before you go to sleep. Those are very stimulatory to the brain. And you might be able to fall asleep right away, but it's hard to get into a deep sleep. So that's number 1. Number 2 is to have a good bedtime routine. Now, it could be 15 minutes long, it could be a half hour long, but a sequence of events that you do the exact same every single night that signals to your brain that it's time to start to get ready to go to sleep. And you'll shut down in a good way. The brain will shut down easier and you'll fall into a deep sleep quicker. And again, this is important because your body's self-healing and self-regulating. Does that make sense? If this is making sense, I want you to engage. Nod your head, yes. It may sound funny, but it's going to help you retain this information better. Now, number 3 thing that you can do, again, going back to the theme that your body's self-healing and self-regulating. We want to make sure we have the right ingredients. So the simple thing, but water, getting hydration into your body. So you probably heard of synovial fluid. It's a slippery fluid that lubricates our joints and allows them to move freely. Well, synovial fluid is a superfiltrate of blood, and blood is made mostly from water. So if we're not getting adequate water, and you think about rust, to a piece of machinery. It's going to make it hard for it to move. We get adequate water, it's going to help with that fluid and the motion of those joints. So a good rule of thumb is to drink half your body weight in ounces of water per day. So a 200-pound person would drink 100 ounces of water per day. Now, if you're not near that right now, just increase about 10 ounces every 3 days and increase slowly from there. Again, it's going to allow your body to heal and regulate better. Okay, now the fourth thing you can do, again, continue with this theme that the body's self-healing and self-regulating, is movement. Now notice I didn't say exercise, but movement, because sometimes when you're in pain, you can't move or you don't want to move. But movement is really important. Movement helps get nutrition up into your brain for healing. Movement helps lymph pump to your body as part of the healing process as well. And lymph helps drive that synovial fluid into the joints. So movement can be as simple as when you're watching TV at night, getting up between the commercials and doing 10 squats, or marching in place, or walking up and down your stairs a few times, so that you're moving throughout the day. And as you start to feel better, then you can start to work into actual exercise. But that movement in the beginning, even if it's a little painful, you work into it, you're going to start to feel better with that motion. Now, the fifth thing, and the most important thing that you can do to get your body healing and functioning better, is to take care of your nervous system. And what runs everything in your body? It's your brain. That's your master computer. It controls all the healing. It controls all the joints. So getting corrective chiropractic care will help your body heal and function better. And this is the number one thing that we've seen to help people feel better. Now, the key is that we're not treating a symptom. It's about removing the interference so the body can heal and function better. And this is why we've seen the amazing results that we do in our office. But let me share with you, not what I say, but what the research says. So 93% of patients with chronic whiplash pain, a lot of people have chronic pain from some type of a trauma. 93% of the patients with the chronic whiplash pain who had failed medical and physical therapy care could improve or do improve with chiropractic adjustments. Okay, these are journal articles. Next one, chiropractic spinal adjusting has been shown to be 5 times better and more effective than NSAIDs drugs like Celebrex and Vioxx in the treatment for chronic pain, low back and chronic neck pain. So again, we're not treating the pain, but it's about removing the interference. And remember, your body is controlled through the nervous system. So we can get pressure off those nerves, get the joints functioning better. Physically, you're going to feel better, and your body's going to finally get the chance to heal. So we have a special offer below this video. I really encourage you to take advantage of that. Reach out to us. We'll do everything that we can to help you. You can also message us on Facebook. You can call our office at 406-443-8060. Now, if you're not willing to do it for yourself, think about your family, because again, pain affects not just you, but it affects your quality of life, which means it's going to affect your loved one. It's affecting your spouse. It's affecting your kids. It affects your ability to live the life that you deserve to live. So we've helped countless people over the past 18 years. My wife and I have both been in practice for over 18 years. And we'd love to be able to see what we can do to help you. So reach out and contact us, and we'll do everything in our power to be able to help you.